Good morning, everyone. Just woke up at Itaga Luxury Private Game Lodge, and I had great ambitions of getting up early and being productive and going doing stuff. But it's now started to rain, and it's so tranquil. I'm going to be delaying all of those activities indefinitely. Just look at this. Oh, yeah, not bad. Rain in the bush is quite magical because it doesn't happen too often, and when it does, it makes a whole animal kingdom come alive. So it's really special to be here during this rainy season. Everything is looking so beautiful and lush. And yeah, I think I'm gonna spend a bit more time in bed and just appreciating this moment and my private little window onto the bush. Okay, it stopped raining now, but I think I'm going to stay in bed still. It's too lovely not to. Birds chirping away. Birds you don't hear in the cities. And look who has come to say hello again. This is the red-billed hornbill, aka Zazu from the Lion King. And as I mentioned in our previous episode from Itaga, this guy sees his own reflection in the window and he thinks it is somebody else to feed, and they come and tap on this window. It's quite funny seeing wildlife. Oh, hello! Here is a curious little monkey. Now I understand what the Afrikaans expression is all about when we say, hey, is 'n skierige aapie. Just look at that. He is really very inquisitive indeed, or maybe he just wants to find a way through the window to come and eat the Ferrero Rocher that I left on the counter. And this guy, wow, he is so well camouflaged. Great job. Wow, it is so lovely to see all the wildlife pass by my window in the morning, and I've actually now worked up an appetite. Lovely French toast and bacon and syrup. Yum, yum, yum. Life here at Itaga is really hard, I must say. Now I've got to drag my lazy behind all the way across the yard to this lush and lovely spa for a deep massage. Oh my goodness, it was one of the best massages I've ever had. I'm not even kidding. I fell asleep and went into a bit of a trance here. Just look at that, in the middle of the bush, and the fresh air, COVID friendly as well, surrounded by the most beautiful, lovely wildlife. Oh my goodness. There's some pretty cool wildlife passing by. Have a look. There was also just a family of warthogs that came by, and of course I'm too late for them, so I'm going to sit here for a while and see what other bush traffic makes its appearance. Okay, now it is time for another game drive, everybody, and remember, this is included in the price. You get one game drive a day, and you can arrange and pay extra for an early morning game drive as well, or a late evening one like we are doing now. And I am rather excited to head into the bush in the late evening because the animal traffic is always different at different times of day.
Parasites that the bird is actually feeding off, the ticks and fleas, they consume the blood of the host. So in essence, the tick eats about 110% of its own body weight in blood of its host. And the oxpecker then goes and eats that tick, which is now consumed 110% of its own body weight in blood. So 90% of the oxpecker's diet is actually blood. 10% is the insect. So if they can bypass that, they will. And that is where they can become parasites themselves. So if an animal, specifically animals that have been fighting or have been injured by predators any way whatsoever, if there is a big scar or wound on the animal, that oxpecker will go then and keep that wound open and directly drink the blood from that animal. And because he's constantly keeping that wound open, it's obviously now susceptible to infection, and that's how they become parasites themselves. Elephant is got the mobile trunk, so they will literally grab them and kill them. Okay, so your water buck has a gland that excretes a type of oil that helps them. Thank you.
He thinks it's funny.
That helps them to repel water, so it kind of makes them water resistant, not waterproof. And the reason for that is because they are constantly at moist areas. They will never be further than a kilometer away from water. So they are always in moist areas, and because they're in moist areas, they can suffer from what is known as hoof rot. So it's basically a fungus that grows in the fur because of the moisture. So to prevent that, they've got that gland, and that gland also smells quite bad. And when something smells bad, it usually tastes bad. So the predators tend not to go for waterbuck because of that, but it does not mean that they will not feed on waterbuck, because any food source is a good food source. And for us, we can also eat waterbuck meat. It's all about how you butcher the animal. If you keep the fur off the meat, you'll be fine.
So basically, if the skinner skins it and doesn't touch the meat, it's fine. But if they skin it and touch the meat, you can't eat the meat.
Yeah, sure. There we go. Let's go through.
No. What's the most stupid animal in the Kruger? And they said no, it's a wildebeest because it's the only animal that turns around to see if the lion is still chasing it. They say so.
Okay, everybody, it's now time to head back to the lodge for a spectacular feast being prepared by the chef. Apparently tonight he's going to be showing off all of his skills, so I'm very excited. And please can I remind you to subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed this video, and also share it with your friends and hit the notification button, and also comment down below if you have any suggestions or requests about anything that you might want to see. And enjoy this lovely evening with us here in the bush. Don't tune out just yet, because you are in for a treat to see what the chef has up his sleeve.
And then this one is cauliflower and broccoli gratin, and this one is roasted Biaken chicken, and here is my crispy pork belly, and this one is beef. It's my crispy pork belly.
I believe you.
This one is beef fillet wrapped in bacon.
Yes.
And this one is roasted potatoes and some onions. And this one is my pasta salad.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and if that wasn't enough, here comes dessert. Some exquisite ice cream and chocolate and a traditional South African milk tart. Yum, yum, yum. Thank you for joining us today, everybody, and have a lovely evening.